Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we are reviewing The Karate Kid. I don't know if I'm going to review the rest of the franchise. I might review the part 2 and 3. I'm not going to review next Karate Kid and the remake from 2010 because I'm going to watch them, but I haven't seen them. And then I just want to talk about this one specifically. Maybe after I'm done with Cobra Kai or sometime in the future, I rank all the movies. I think I'll review the first 3, then watch the other 2, and then rank them all. But I don't know. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with what this movie's about. This movie's about this kid named Daniel LaRusso moving from Newark to LA because his mom is finding a job, and moves into this house that isn't that nice and finds himself at this beach party who encounters this bully named Johnny Lawrence who studies Cobra Kai dojo, but then later he finds himself with this guy named Mr. Miyagi who knows karate, who teaches Daniel karate to defend himself, and who uses like these techniques, washing cars and stuff like that, sort of as a way to teach karate, which is a weird thing, versus Cobra Kai, which teaches the kids to strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. And then it finds itself at the end, and Daniel LaRusso is trying to overcome his bullies, and then it's a very satisfying ending once he does. Now you have the good, and starting off the good, you have the idea of the father-son relationship with a son in need of a father and a father in need of a son. And this movie completely nails it. Mr. Miyagi and Daniel LaRusso are great characters in themselves. They're even better together. The way Mr. Miyagi's teaching Daniel karate with the wax on, wax off, I think is pretty good. With the sand the floor, paint the wall, it's all pretty great. And I think it's a unique way. And I wonder how the directors actually came up with this idea of this way of teaching karate. So I'm just curious. I don't take karate or go to a karate dojo, so I can't say much. But interesting nonetheless. And I think it nails the idea of this evil karate dojo, which is a pretty weird storyline to begin with. But it completely nails it and takes it seriously, and it actually works. I feel like some movies that go for a ridiculous plot, and then they take it too seriously. Johnny works as a bully, Allie works as the love interest, and then John Kreese is good enough as the villain. And overall, all the characters combine to make this great classic movie. This was one of those movies that I did watch when I was much younger. I don't even know how old I was. I think it was not even 8 years old yet, and then I watched it and I was like, okay, I didn't really care for it. I didn't have any interest in ever really rewatching it, and then until really Cobra Kai came out, I was like, And then I didn't really go back and watch the original Karate Kid until about a month ago, so I was like, oh yeah, I did find myself again. So overall, all of that really works to make this great movie. Even the final battle really is nice, where I think the next two, and especially the second one, kind of fails. They just put the final fight in because it's a Karate Kid movie. I do think this movie works pretty well. I don't really have any problems with this movie, to be honest, but there are a couple minor things I want to talk about in the mixed. And those things are, I think the pacing is just not very good, to be honest. It is a really slow movie. I think actually the second two, at least especially the third one, moves at a really quick pace. In fact, too quick. I'm putting in the mix because, it makes it so that you can develop both Mr. Miyagi and Daniel LaRusso as a father-son relationship for it to work, and you kind of need it to be a bit slower paced. But at the same time, it makes it so this movie's not the most, I don't think it's the most rewatchable movie. I would rather rewatch. Another thing that the same director did was the original Rocky, as well as Rocky 5, which I will probably not going to watch again, I guess, until I have to binge watch the Rocky films again for Creed 3, which I probably will do. But this is the same director that did the original Rocky, and he did a great job then. He did a fantastic job here. But they also got Bill Conti to do the score. Some of the music doesn't quite age well, but for the most part it works. I think the final tournament is great. It's a nice way to conclude the movie. After a pretty slow movie, you have this fast-moving tournament and it's fun to see all the characters sort of progress through it, whether it's the Cobra Kais, whether it's Daniel, or whether it's, I guess, nobody else. I don't know. So, overall, really enjoyed this movie. I think it's pretty nice. But the only other thing I sort of am mixed on is really just John Kreese. I think he's just not the best villain. He's very one-note, and he kind of just plays it dead serious. And I mean, that's sort of the nice part about him. I think they go into him a bit more in Karate Kid Part 3, and I think he's a much better character in that movie. Well, that's kind of debatable. And in Cobra Kai, I think he's a bit better. He's always been kind of one note. I don't think the flashbacks in Cobra Kai improve him all that much, but he's just okay here, and I'm like, alright, he's a fine enough villain, but I think all the Cobra Kais are all great, and I think I should just move on to my final score, because there's nothing I really dislike about this movie. So for its final score, I'll give it a 9.4 out of 10. I think this movie is great. It was great on rewatch. It ages pretty well for the most part. The fight choreography is not quite as good as Cobra Kai's is, but in the end, you have the father-son relationship between Mr. Miyagi and Daniel that works really nicely. And overall, I think this movie is a great movie. If you like it, comment down below. If you don't, be a little surprised. But anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts on Cobra Kai? And so yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Adios. Also, before I go subscribe to the Shorts channel. I'm going to start posting a bit more on it. I posted 2 videos so far, and there will be more coming. This channel does come first. I just want to mention that. So don't be worried if I'm too busy on that channel and not on this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Adios.